GLM-5 just dropped. Let's test it for author. It's supposed to be groundbreaking. So instead of asking it to create a premise all on its own, this time I gave it a premise. Here's the prompt on screen. It reasoned for 42 seconds and it came up with this. I do think it's a better premise. It says why the original works and why it failed. The hook. The core concept, the monkey's paw meets eagle eye, is commercially viable. Audiences love be careful what you wish for stories, and that's exactly what this is. And updating it with open source AI and agent swarms makes it relevant to the current tech landscape. Here's the problems it pointed out with my premise. Generic protagonist, vague stakes, weak antagonist. All right, this is starting to be the whole structure of the story. We have the climax, the resolution, the bestseller elements breakdown. This is interesting. A battle of wits against a machine that cannot be beaten physically, only logically. Yeah, I like it. I think it gets an A+ for this. I was a little concerned at first when I started reading this briefly at the top, but honestly, once I dig into it, I think it gets an A+. By the way, if you're digging these prompts I'm using to test these models, I've got way more of them in my books on Ko-Fi. Premise generators, outline templates, scene level prompts, plus automation tools, even a local LLM writing studio if you want to run this stuff on your own machine. Links in the description. Let's test the outline. I'm going to ask GLM-5 to expand that premise into a very detailed outline. I'll run it and see what we get. It's reasoning a bit longer this time. It's more of an ambitious request. And here we are. The detailed chapter by chapter outline for protocol, Paul, structure to maximize tension. We have scene summary, details, dialogue snippet. I asked it for all of these things: plot progression, emotional progression, scene breakdowns. I wanted this to be very detailed so that if we want to write this story ourselves, which I think is a great idea, then we can. It didn't give us all the chapters. It ran out of tokens. Let's continue with the outline. I think it'll pick up where it left off. We ran into a slight problem here when I looked deeper. The 12 chapter outline that it gave me at first, a full outline, it had actually ended everything. It might be the platform I'm using this in, so I don't want to say it's automatically the AI that's the problem here. So I'm going to give it a B for this because I'm not quite sure. For the actual chapter outlines and what the information I got, it was good. I just wanted it to be the full 20 chapters that it said it was going to give me. I wanted to test the writing quality. Of course, you can do all your writing yourself, but maybe you hit a tricky scene or you want the AI to rewrite a scene. There's lots of different ways you can use AI. I just ran the test and kind of similar to my Opus 4.6 test, I found myself reading and enjoying the reading. It's not perfect, but there is some poignancy there, which is what I had asked for. I gave it a pretty detailed prompt, but there's definitely some things I would change with the writing itself. But the overall progression of the story and the emotional hooks, I think they work. There's definitely some sentences that I would change. I saw the "it's not this, it's that" pattern that a lot of AI tends to use when it's writing. But there's also an emotional thread here that I think worked for me, and I really like that. So I definitely think there are good bones here. I think a lot of this could be used. I think it needs just a little bit of tweaking. I think Opus 4.6 did a better job of the writing quality, but for the story, for the usability of this content, I think there's a lot here that you could use with just a few little changes. I'm going to give it a B, possibly even a B+. For writing, I think it's a usable model for that. Now let's do a fun creative test because I think that this model is supposed to be really great at coding tasks. Well, I'm asking GLM-5 to build a single file HTML page that I can show on screen. Basically a mobile app that would go along with this book for probably promotion and publicity, where users and readers could interact with Monkey Paw AI in a simulated environment, make wishes, chat, that kind of thing. It's thought for just 23 seconds, and we have our HTML page. What I'm going to do is download this code to my computer, open it up in my browser, and we're going to test and see how well this works. It looks pretty good. I think it could look cleaner, but it looks pretty good. Let's make a wish. Make me a best-selling author. Let's just say overnight. Why not? Let's send it and see what happens. Many wish for this. Few understand what it truly means. Do you? So right now it's just responding with some pre-written, sort of vague, cryptic, threatening messages. Let's hold down to wish. Here we go. Progress bar. Boom, wish locked in. You humans and your desires. Fine, the threads are already moving. Watch carefully. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely interactive. I guess we could chat with it. Let's say, what is the best wish to make? The machinery of fate turns. Your desire echoes through probability. I would like an actual LLM to be embedded in that. Maybe that's too much to ask. Would be workable as a promotional on your website, landing page, something to share on social media to help promote your book. GLM-5 is still working on the next iteration of the phone app promotional tool, but it says, okay, let's crank it up to 11. The AI is supposed to add serious glassmorphism, and I don't know what the difference is between serious glassmorphism and just glassmorphism, a sophisticated procedural response engine that mimics LLM behavior. We shall see. Okay, here is Wish X or Monkey Paw Take Two. Let's wish for something. Now it's thinking, a new seeker. I've been expecting someone with hopeful. What is it you truly want? I don't know. That didn't make any sense, did it? Someone with hopeful. Okay, maybe with hope? What do you mean? But what lies beneath that? Every surface desire conceals a deeper one. Okay, so it didn't exactly answer my question, but it did dig a little deeper. So let's say time and freedom to do what I want. And then again, but what lies beneath that? Every surface desire conceals a deeper one. I'll feel happy and secure. Health, vitality, life itself. Let's just make the wish and see what happens. Here we go. Consider it done. Every wish has its price, but payment is not your concern. Not yet. I don't know if this is really any better. I don't know if it looks any better or works any better than the first one, to be honest. But overall, I'm still going to give it a B+ to an A. It's a cool interface. I think there's some great possibilities here that can be iterated upon. Another downside with GLM-5 is that it's a little bit harder for non-tech people to find this model and use it. If ease and convenience are high priorities for you, then maybe this isn't the best model for you to use. This is a coding plan, so it may not equate particularly to chatting, but monthly 3 times usage of Claude Pro plan. That's pretty good for $10 a month. You can pay quarterly and yearly as well, and I guess get a discount, but of course you're going to spend more money up front. So price-wise, it seems like it's probably going to be cheaper than Claude. But again, this is the code, not necessarily the chat description. You can also use the API keys, I assume, for both the AI model. I'm definitely going to be looking more into this model, but I thought this was an interesting experiment. Look, every few weeks, there's a new groundbreaking model dropping, and honestly, most of them are fine. But here's what I keep coming back to. It's not about finding the perfect AI. It's about finding the one that fits how you write. The one that gets out of your way when you need it to and shows up when you're stuck at 2 a.m. staring at a blank page wondering why you ever thought you could finish this book. GLM-5 might be that for you, or it might not. But at least now, you know what it can do.